You gave us breath, you gave us life, opened our eyes to see the Christ. Holy Spirit, we worship you. The Spirit of God, we worship you. And now you live inside of us.
All right, hey guys. It's me, Chris.
Without you, we can do nothing at all.
Man, to be honest with you guys, my wife and I both feel that it is really the command of Scripture, the command of Christ Himself, coupled with the realization that there are too few people doing what we, as the church, Big C Church, all need to be doing. There's a longer story about how all that went down. I was actually challenged in like a college chapel session by a real tribal guy from the Unreached People Group to basically take the gospel to the tribes just up the river from him, just down the river from him. And the emotional pull. That was definitely what that was.
To raise from the grave the depraved and enslaved, a new race you create through Christ the perfect servant.
We are church planting in Pei, and that involves everything that you guys do on Sunday morning, but man, everything you guys do during the week as a church. Maybe you meet together, you study the Word. There's this family that happens, and CCC has modeled that to us, and that is what we are passing on to this next generation of believers in the Pei tribe. They just happen to be in the Pei tribe.
Holy Spirit, for your deeds
we all need to realize that we aren't called to missions. None of us are. We are all commanded to it by Christ Himself. And sure, that looks different. Some people actually work in the jungles. Some people actually send the people that work in the jungles. Everybody has a role to play, is what I'm saying. And I believe that that's what Christ was saying too. We're to disciple those spiritually younger than us, and train them, disciple them up into people who can go and do likewise. And that's my biggest encouragement to you guys. And if you're not going to give your life to actually go to the jungle, if you're not going to give your life, your livelihood, your youth to go and do that, and give your money to people that are, we're all on the same team. This is a big deal. And I feel like we, the church, in the last several hundred years have taken the commission way too lightly.
See the Christ, Holy Spirit, we worship you. We worship Spirit of God, we worship you.
CCC plays a role in my ministry in that it supports us. It enables the work in Pei to happen. It enables us to work to bring the Pei the gospel and disciple them. Support, like prayer, support, money, supplies, time. In a lot of cases, people actually coming over to help us build, help us do things. We wouldn't be able to disciple without those things. And then secondly, I would say a big thing is accountability. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know this, but our mission is actually sending the pastoral staff, the elders at our church, updates on how we're doing. Trying to make sure that we are doing our job out there, that we aren't just sitting around doing nothing, that we aren't vacationing in some third world country on the church's dime. There's updates out there about how our language tests go. Are we learning our language? Are we really learning our language? Or are we just moping in, oh, I miss America? I mean, that happens, and some missionaries have to go home because that's their reality.
Stories precise, amazingly, you do it all for the glory of Christ.
You gave us breath, you gave us life, you opened our eyes.